Hi, guys. Hopefully, you can hear me out there. This is Paulette Burnside live from Raleigh, North Carolina. Guys, just really excited to have the opportunity to be able to talk to you on tonight. And keep in mind that this webcast actually happens every single Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And so, guys, keep in mind that this webcast will be happening every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And guys, just really excited about those of you that are getting on for the first time and those of you that have never been on, or those of you that have been getting on over a period of time. But guys, definitely tonight going to talk about really some key things with helping you overall with actually building your business, or even just having success in life, because sometimes you will feel like you are stagnated, or that you are not having the success that you really want to have. And so I'm going to talk about some of those things on tonight to help you with moving forward. And so, guys, I was listening to a message today from one of the leader, a leader, and the message today was really about leaders lead the way. All right, leaders actually lead the way, guys. Leaders, somebody has to go first. Someone has to take the chance and set the tone and set the pace for the group. And so, guys, that's really what my message is going to be about on tonight. It's going to be about really leading the way, and guys, just really clearing up any kind of muddy waters that you have. I'm not going to really go through strategy, or putting one on the left and one on the right and telling you how much product you need to purchase. Guys, I'm not going to do any of that on tonight, because here is the thing about your business and about any goals. Your goal is actually 99% mental. All right, it's more mental than it is strategy. And so unless you are in a good place mentally, guys, you're going to have some challenges with actually building your business, or even accomplishing your goal, whether your goal is to get a promotion on your job, or whether it's to make a certain amount of income, or whether or not it is basically to get better, to become better, a better person altogether, and really becoming focused. So, going to talk about that tonight, guys. And so, the topic of this is leaders lead the way, guys. And here's one of the things that I like, and I took away from today. What I learned is that follow me as I follow leaders. All right, follow me as I follow leaders. I love the way, and I'm gonna take this to the biblical standpoint. Follow me as I follow Christ. All right, or follow me as I follow whoever it is that you worship. You're gonna follow. You're gonna follow your leader as though you know as they follow their supreme being, guys. And so, with that being said, one of the key things is that when you are leading, guys, you want to have an attitude. You want to have a want to, and not a have to attitude. And basically what that means is you have to have the attitude in which you want to do it, not that you have to do it, guys. You want to do it, you enjoy doing it, and you're doing it without it feeling like it is actually a chore. Because if it feels like it's a chore, guys, then a lot of times you're not going to follow through, or you're going to do it you're going to do it very, very sluggish. And, I love one of the things, that was said today. A lot of people don't realize that, when you're working on a goal, that everything is not always going to be convenient. You're going to have to basically, step out of the box and become a little uncomfortable. You're not going to always be comfortable. It's not going to always work within your schedule or within your guidelines. And so, as I was listening today, guys, I realized, one of the things, that I've done and I'm going to just be very transparent. One of the things that I've done that just wasn't, that I knew really wasn't right, guys, was to listen to people that really have not had the success. And so you listen to these people, and as someone told me, a mentor, if you take on someone's advice, you pretty much take on their lifestyle. And so you begin to have the same success that they've had in their businesses, or in their life. And so you have to take on someone's advice that actually has had the success. And so remember, let's say step one is you have to have a want to, not a have to attitude, guys, when you are leading. All right. Now the second one is you have to stay focused on the vision. Guys, and what stay focused on the vision is, whatever your vision is, guys, you have to stay focused on it. You can't let whatever is going on, steer you away from your vision, or, get sidetracked, because it's so easy to get sidetracked with a whole lot of other miscellaneous tasks or other projects, guys, and you never ever finish that one project that you set out to do. You never become really good at that one project that you set out to do. And so, perfect example is, guys, you set out saying that, my goal is to, help 10 people make $500 a week. All right. And so, guys, you're working, working, working on that goal. And then all of a sudden somebody calls you and they say, "Hey, I got something for you to take a look at." Or, "Hey, I got something else for you to do." And then, guys, you end up going to go do that other thing. All right. Or you start looking at something else. And, guys, then you're pretty much, you're sidetracked from what your vision is. All right. You're sidetracked from what your vision is. And then it becomes very muddy. Or, guys, you start to just, take advice, or you're taking on a bunch of, miscellaneous things. You're just doing stuff. You're just all over the place. And you never really master anything. You ever heard that thing? You do a little bit of everything, but you never really master anything. You never become good at anything. It's just like, when you're in a career, guys. If your career is, to be a nurse, and your focus is pediatrics, guys, you're going to focus on pediatrics, and that's it. You're not going to do pediatrics, all right, kids, and then deviate, and you're going to go do, adults. And then next week you're going to go work at the health center with geriatrics. And then the next week you're going to go help Lisa down the street with with some other random task. You're going to go, draw blood at the homeless shelter. Guys, you have to stay focused. We have to stay focused on what our vision and what our goal and what our dream is. All right. And so, you know, one of the things is that your vision, you're going to provide clear and concise direction. All right. You're going to provide clear and concise directions to your new people, or to the people that you're working with. Guys, you're not going to say, my perfect example, you're not going to say that my vision is to lose, 50 pounds and help 10 other people do it. And then the next week you're going to say, "Well, you know what? I'm going to lose 50 pounds." Well, what happened to the 10 other people that you were going to help do the same thing? Guys, you never stayed clear, and you never kept track, or you never stayed on the path to what your vision is. All right. You never stayed with the path of what your vision is. I love what, my pastor says: we provide real hope to real people in a real world, and when his message comes across, it's very clear. He provides very clear direction, and he provides very clear guidance on what we need to do, what we need to do spiritually or in our life as a whole. And so, some of you guys out there, you may be wondering why it's not working. Well, guys, you're a jack of all trades, but you're a master of none. All right. Because you haven't really perfected anything. You haven't really had any true success with anything that you really set out to do, because it's almost like you started writing, let's say, you know, I remember when my aunt was writing a book. All right. She was writing a book, and she got sidetracked, and she started doing something else. she started trying to have a bunch of miscellaneous meetings around something else, and then she started talking about something else, and then she started talking about something else, and she realized that time that she had missed, like over a year and a half or 2 years, where she had gotten behind in writing her book and was off track with the goals that she had set, because she had started getting involved in all these other miscellaneous things. And guys, she basically accomplished nothing, because she never accomplished what she set out to do originally. And so what happens is, you get sidetracked because people start to ask you to do certain things, or you start to make other commitments that do not align with your goals, and so then your goals begin to suffer. It's almost like you're looking for a promotion on your job, and the promotion on your job never ever happens for you, because you set out doing everything perfectly, and then all of a sudden you get sidetracked because somebody tells you that, hey, you could go down the street and work for XYZ and make a little bit more money, or somebody gives you some kind of lopsided advice, guys, and then you lose sight of your vision and you become off track. And so I love, you're a jack of all trades, but a master of none. Because here's the thing, it's so true. Like when I get involved in a network marketing company, many people will say, "Hey, why don't you, once you get started, they'll start trying to get you to look at other opportunities," and you're like, "Hey, hey, hey, I'm not looking at anything else until I know at 110% that I have done what I truly can do." And I've done it at 110% and truly mastered it, guys. And so I've always been that way. And so typically when I start one, I don't really be looking to the left and looking to the right, no matter how good somebody says another company's compensation plan is, because I know in my heart that I have not accomplished what I set out to accomplish. Now, why haven't I set out why haven't I accomplished what I set out to accomplish? And guys, 9 times out of 10, guys, it's usually us. All right. It's usually us. We get a little lackadaisical, or, our vision might become a little difficult, and we may feel, like we want to quit. We might feel like we want to quit, or we might do better doing something else, when we never really put in what we were supposed to put into our vision, or into, our goal to get the end result. And so, again, stay focused on your vision, guys. Your vision should provide direction, guidance, and your vision should also be clear. And so, as I talk about, this particular business, if we're talking about becoming, helping 10 people lose 50 pounds, then, guys, that is our vision. That is the vision that we are going to sell people. All right. That is the vision that we're going to sell people when we meet them, when we meet people on the streets. Our vision is going to be to sell them just that. And so, moving on, the third thing is, guys, you want to remember your calling. You want to remember, what is it that you set out to do? What is your calling? And your calling could be anything. What is the message that you want to get across? What is it that you want to share? One of my things is, I like to share the fact that, I wasn't always, a person that had a career and that just, did okay for myself, guys. I was a person that struggled. And so I have to go back to, where was my vision? What was my calling, or what my calling is? My calling is to basically let, people know that they still have hope, no matter what it looks like. Guys, no matter what it looks like, that, you still have hope. You can still accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish. That is what my mission is. That is what my calling is. And mine is particularly to females, to let them know, no matter what it looks like, that you can still accomplish what it is that you actually set out to do. And so you definitely have to identify your calling. A lot of people think that when you say that you have to identify your calling, that identifying your calling is only in ministry. Well, guys, it is not only in ministry, guys, it is also in your day to day life. It is, who is it that you want to help? Who is it that you want to minister to? All right. And so you have to do some soul searching, and you have to pretty much, guys, you have to assess yourself. All right. You have to assess yourself and know what it is, that your calling is. All right. And so, guys, figure out what your calling is, and stay with that calling. All right, stay with that calling. All right, that really gave me a lot of clarity, because if you are working in your calling, guys, and if your calling, if you know what your calling is, guys, then leading will not be an issue. It will not be a chore, because you are leading the people that you have a passion to help. So remember, you have to identify your calling. All right. And so the next one is, guys, you got to have fun while you're doing it. You have to have fun while you are actually, ministering and working on your vision. All right. You have to have you have to have fun. You have to have a lot of fun in the process of doing it. All right. And so again, we typically feel like, we're doing something because we have to. But guys, you really should have fun, um, with actually leading. All right, you should have fun with leading your cause, because it is your passion, and you have a whole lot of clarity about your passion, because you have actually been there before. All right, and so, guys, you definitely have to, identify that calling, and you gotta work in that calling, and you gotta develop your vision around that calling. I am here to tell you, you could do all the other miscellaneous tasks, whether it's copying papers, whether it's making business cards, all the other busy stuff, all right, or busy tasks, and never ever work on your calling. And guys, you will never feel 100% fulfilled. You will spend your years doing the same thing and getting the same results. And so, some of the things, how do you line up and get these 5 core values? How do you line up and get these core values, in order? Well, guys, the first thing that you want to do is you want to assess yourself. Guys, you want to take a full-blown life assessment. Take a a true life assessment about yourself. All right. You want to take a life assessment about yourself. All right. Now, once you take that life assessment about yourself, guys, and you come to reality with yourself, and you know where you fall short, then, guys, you are going to start working. All right. You're going to start working on those areas. That's number two. You're going to start working on those areas. Guys, you're going to start investing in those areas in which you fall short. That means you're going to start perfecting them. That means you're going to start reading books. That means you're going to start, studying and working and doing personal development in those areas, guys. All right. To help you become, stronger in those areas in which you fall weak. All right. And then the last thing you're going to do, guys, is you're going to move in a forward direction. You're going to move in a forward direction of actually building, all right? Or you're going to move in a forward direction of your vision, all right? And so, guys, just know that moving in a forward direction of your vision is what you will begin to do. And, guys, you will see and find out that you will have a whole lot more success, and won't feel like you're spinning your tires, or that you're just a jack of all trades and a master of none. All right. And so, if you set out to say, I'm going to make $500 a week, guys, and you haven't made your $500 a week, then, guys, guess what? That means you actually need to go back, all right, and do a self assessment to find out where you're falling short. And then you need to start working on those areas through personal development. Because remember that 99% of what you are doing today, whether it is network marketing, whether it is running your own, brick and mortar business, whether it is your career, guys, is all mental. All right. And so you have to master those things in order to have success. And so, guys, I have come to reality, and come to know that it is really mental, and everybody has to do a self-assessment and identify, one's vision. All right. And guys, you have to stay steady on that clear vision no matter what's happening in your life, no matter what other people tell you you should do, no matter what it may look like. All right. Because sometimes it may look very difficult to accomplish what it is that you set out to do. But guys, you have to remember to keep your eye on the prize and to also keep your eyes on the end result. And so, with that being said, guys, we're going to get back on here again next Sunday, at 9 p.m. Eastern time. And again, I'm going to say the same thing I've been saying for weeks. Is that, guys, you want to invite other people, because it's not really about just making money. It's really about you. It's about transforming you. It is about reinventing yourself. It is about becoming it is about, working on who it is that you want to become. And so, guys, I don't know about you, but guys, I am here to tell you that I am going to become who it is that I set out to become. And so, guys, I challenge you to take the journey, and I challenge each and every one of you on this call tonight, to do the same, to take the challenge, guys, and really just, really do a self-assessment, and then start doing, start working on those areas. All right, start working on those areas, and then, guys, you want to start moving forward with your vision. And guys, until you do those 3 steps, guys, you will never ever be able to lead the way and lead other people in a positive direction. Because remember, if you are all over the place, guys, it is very difficult to lead somebody in the right direction. And if you think about it this way, it's like your GPS, you have to follow directions, you have to stay straight until your GPS says turn right. And so, guys, just think of it that way. Guys, you got to stay steady. Your GPS, you put in your destination address. And guys, you stay in that route, or you continue on that route, or you follow the direction in which that route is taking you to get to that end result, guys, so you can get to the end result and get to where you are going. And so, guys, I know without a shadow of a doubt that, guys, that is most of our weaknesses. We start looking to the left and looking to the right and start taking advice from people who have not had success. And so, guys, with that being said, I challenge each and every one of you, guys, to assess yourself, to determine what your vision is, and to basically live out your purpose. And guys, with that being said, I will see you next week, Sunday at 9 p.m. And guys, just remember that, you know what, TLC, Total Life Changes, is a company of restoration. It is a company of restoration. And guys, it is a company where you have an opportunity to do it all over again, and no one is going to judge you. And so, with that being said, guys, have a great night, and I look forward to talking to each and every one of you next week. Bye bye.